So what do the most successful content creators, educators, experts, and coaches have in common? They are all incorporating storytelling when they're selling their online offers. And storytelling has allowed people like Iman Gaji make millions and millions of dollars from his audience. And the reason why I'm making this video, the goal of this video, is to give you a blueprint, a guide on how you can start incorporating storytelling for your own info product or creator or coaching business. So why is storytelling so crucial for selling products online? It's the key to creating an emotional connection with your audience, which is essential for converting people who are just casually consuming your content or watching your ads into loyal customers. Because people need to see themselves in your story before they buy a mentorship, before they buy your $500 course or your $50 digital product. You need to make sure that people see themselves in your story. They need to feel like you've been where they are and you have the roadmap, the secret sauce to guide them through a transformation. Because in the end, products alone don't sell. You can't just create a product, talk about all the fancy features. You need to wrap a story around it. Stories sell, products alone don't. So storytelling helps you create this emotional connection that will convince people to invest in themselves and not in your product. Like I said, you want to make sure that people see themselves in your story, because once they see themselves in your story, they are more than likely to invest because they're going to be investing in themselves. And storytelling is also great for moving your audience through the 5 key stages of brand loyalty. Now, you've probably seen this pyramid many, many times, so I want to keep this short. But essentially, with storytelling, you can make people go from unaware of your existence into loyal advocates of your brand and of your creator business. So using storytelling, you can make people go through all of these stages. So now, what are the 3 core principles of storytelling? First of all, you want to be relatable. And you might think that your life isn't interesting enough, but it's actually the more normal stories that resonate the most with online audiences, especially now. You want to be humble. You want to talk about your struggles, your failures, and so on. So you want to share stories of when you were in their position. So this is why these hero stories do so well. You can always say how I went from zero to hero. I used to spend so much money on this and this. I used to spend so many hours flipping burgers at McDonald's, and now I'm making a lot of money running my clothing brand. So you want to be as relatable as possible when you're talking about the struggles that you went through. Now, you also want to tap into the desires and fears of your audience. You want to paint a vivid picture of the future that your audience members can achieve by joining your program or purchasing your products. Or you also want to talk about the future they won't have if they don't act and if they don't purchase your product. So an example of a desire could be you want to talk about quitting 9 to 5 or hitting a certain financial milestone. And a fear could be getting left behind in the world of AI or being lonely forever because you have zero confidence and zero risk. So this could be an example of a dating offer with the being lonely forever. Now, the third principle of storytelling that you can incorporate in your copy and in your messaging and so on is to have a clear roadmap, a clear path. You want to walk your audience through a framework or curriculum that they'll follow as part of your product or offering or program. So you don't want to make abstract promises. You want to show the exact steps they're going to take in your product or in your mentorship or course. So you can do like before and after things. You can also incorporate a timeline, a roadmap. So you always want to show people a clear path, because this is going to make it way easier for people to imagine what the transformation is going to look like. Now, what does a great story look like? Let's talk about the structure. Usually it starts with a good hook, and this is where you talk about the transformation. So you want to start with the transformation that you went through, and show the time frame and outcome. So for example, you can say something like, 3 years ago, I was stuck in a dead-end job, unsure how to make my dream of online business a reality. So this is in the case if you're selling a online business coaching offer. Oh, this is so big. Let me make it a little bit smaller. So there you go. So yeah, so if you're selling an online business coaching offer, this could be an example right here of the first part of your story. Now, the second part is you talking about challenges, right? Talk about your emotions. How did you feel in this situation while you're facing these challenges or struggles? And make this as relatable as possible. So whether you were confused about where to start, maybe you were overwhelmed by having too many ideas, or you were frustrated by constant failures. You want to talk about these struggles and challenges, because this leads us to bridging the gap, which is the third part of a great story. What did you do to overcome your struggles? Talk about all the actionable steps and frameworks that you followed to go from where you were back then to where you are right now, which leads us to the positive outcome. You want to end with the success and benefits that resulted from your journey. You want to highlight how your product or your offer can guide people to the same outcome or the same transformation that you went through. So this is how a good story is structured. You start off with a hook, with a transformation. You talk about the challenges. You want to be as relatable as possible. You want to talk about your feelings and emotions. People don't want to buy from robots, right? From bots. You want to bridge the gap, and you want to talk about the positive outcome and the transformation that you went through. So this is the structure of a great story, which leads us to some examples I want to talk about. Right? So let me give you a bad example of a story. Let's say you are selling a productivity coaching program or a productivity offer. Saying something like, hey guys, I just created something crazy for you. This will make your life easier and you'll be more productive. Sign up for my one-on-one mentorship program. I will help you grow your mindset and increase your productivity. You can already see that this has no emotions. This just sounds too generic, and you're not showing any transformation. The audience is not going to feel connected to you at all, and they're not going to even understand what is the value of the mentorship. So how does a good story look instead? And you can already see there's much more substance to this. So you can say something like, a year ago, I used to wake up every morning feeling scattered and unmotivated. No matter how many productivity hacks I tried, nothing worked. So this taps into a common struggle, and you're being extremely relevant and relatable, because this is something that a lot of people are struggling with, right? They wake up every morning and they feel unmotivated, they feel scattered, and they don't know how to structure their day. Now you're kind of talking about the transformation. I found a simple mindset shift that changed everything. I went from procrastinating and feeling stuck to being laser focused and achieving more in 3 months than I had in the previous year. You are talking about the transformation here, and essentially going from procrastinating all the time to achieving a lot within a short time span. Now you can pitch your product, and you want to show the roadmap, the outcomes. In my XYZ course or in my XYZ mentorship, I'll share the exact productivity strategies that have transformed my life. And within 2 months, you'll achieve your most ambitious goals. So now you're being very specific, you're giving people a roadmap and a time frame. So this storytelling example uses personal stories, specific transformations, and emotional triggers to connect with the reader. And it paints a clear picture of what the audience can achieve and offers a detailed, actionable promise, which is reaching your most ambitious goals by being more productive. So what are the key mistakes that people are making when they're telling stories? First of all, we have targeting multiple benefits. You don't want to target too many outcomes in your story, because this is going to dilute your message and confuse your audience. So if you're, let's say, selling a business coaching program, you don't want to talk about SEO and then mindset and productivity and everything at the same time, right? This is just going to confuse people. Stick to one clear outcome to focus on, such as making more money, increasing XYZ, or learning a new skill. Stick to one clear outcome. Ideally, it's something that can be measured, right? You either learn a new skill, or you learn the new basics, or you don't, right? Or making more money. This is something that can be measured. You're just making more money compared to what you have right now. Obviously, like, you also have wellness or like mindset offers where maybe you can't really quantify certain things. You can't make things measurable. So in that case, you would still try to come up with a way to measure it, right? And obviously, people are going to be feeling way better at the end towards your program. Now, the second mistake that a lot of people are making is not triggering emotions. To keep your audience engaged in your story, you need to trigger emotions like fear, anger, disgust, or curiosity, and so on. So with fear, you can say something like, and let's say this is a business coaching offer. You'll keep wasting months or even years trying to figure out how to grow your business, missing out on potential, thousands of dollars in revenue. And anger, an example of anger could be, I was tired of watching others grow their online businesses and traveling to exotic places while I stayed stuck. I was stuck and I was flipping burgers at McDonald's, right? Because this could trigger a lot of people. They're like, fuck, well, this is me. I'm in this situation right now. And I'm angry. Like, all these people are making so much money online. How can I get into that similar situation? And last but not least, you can also use curiosity, right? Which is making people curious. And you can say something like, I found the secret to getting 20, 30 booked calls a week. for my cleaning business. Here's how I did it. So in this case, people are going to be watching your video sales letter, or going through a landing page and going until the very end to make sure that they find out what the secret is. Now, another mistake that people are making is trying to be clever instead of being clear, like using clever language that will essentially confuse your audience, like unlock the magical doors to success. Like, what the hell does that even mean? Instead, you want to be clear and straightforward with your messaging. Tell your audience exactly what you're offering and how it's going to benefit them. Last but not least, we have people not using formatting properly. I see so many coaches and content creators they just have the ugliest landing page, the ugliest copy, the ugliest video sales letter, or no VSL at all. They have poorly formatted stories that are visually unappealing and are hard to follow. So instead, what you want to do is you want to break up your story with headlines, visuals, sections, and clear formatting. You want to add screenshots of positive testimonials, videos of people achieving crazy things with your offer, or obviously like yourself talking about it, screenshots, pictures, and so on. You want to make it as visual as possible. So don't just write a long block of text and just put it on the landing page. You're not going to get far with that. So this was a quick guide and a quick breakdown on how you can use storytelling to sell your online offers. So to summarize, don't be a bot, talk like a human, right? Talk to your audience directly. Appeal to their fears, desires, and emotions. And always talk about a transformation. The reason why I made this is because I see so many creators and coaches and experts who are complaining about not selling anything to their audience. And I look at their funnels, I look at their landing pages, I look at their content, and I just see nothing of substance being communicated to their audience. I just see them saying, hey guys, I just launched a program, check it out here. And that's it. Always tell a story. And if you want me to incorporate storytelling principles inside your copy, I have a 5-day email course that you can essentially sign up for right now. It's a free 5-day course where you can learn everything about crafting offers for your audience, setting up sales funnels, incorporating copywriting and storytelling principles that will convert people into loyal buyers. And you can also schedule a call with me where we can go through your strategy. It doesn't matter if you're currently planning to launch an online offer, if you're planning to create something for your audience, or maybe you already have a coaching offer and you're looking to boost your sales. You can schedule a call, or you can also sign up for my free 5-day email course inside the description of this video. Both links are going to be inside the description. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to comment, and I'm going to get back to you within 24 hours with the best advice that you can ever get for free. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you want to add something to this, and see you guys next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.